Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now December 28th of 2020, and ever since the very end of The Mandalorian Season 2, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney, Lucasfilm, Bob Iger, Bob Chapek, and others out there. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Disney Star Wars, alright, is that we are now in a phase where we are finally able to see the recovery of the franchise being built from the ground up once again, all thanks to Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and others out there, really taking care of everything from the very beginning of this new universe till whenever they plan to drag it out until. Now, The Mandalorian Season 2 was a big deal because at the very end of Chapter 16, we got the return of Luke Skywalker himself. Of course, some people criticized the CGI work. I, however, thought it was very well done, as well as a majority of fans out there believe that it was very well done. Of course, there are some flaws here and there that make it stand out a little bit. It's not flawless by any means, but for what it was on a television production, extremely impressive, to say the least. Now, everything beyond Jon Favreau is that he is most definitely hard at work, not just with The Mandalorian Season 3 and Season 4, but also the Ahsoka Tano show with Dave Filoni, Rangers of the New Republic, and yes, even the Book of Boba Fett. So Favreau has a lot on his plate to work with, and that's exactly why he's so passionate, because, well, he loves building a universe, and that's exactly what he's doing. Now, with that being said, given that The Mandalorian Season 2 is now over, Disney and Lucasfilm are focused on their Star Wars projects for their new universe. It's described that recently actor Pedro Pascal took part in an interview where he was able to reveal new things for the Mandalorian series. Pedro eventually stated that Din Djarin has not seen Luke Skywalker for the last time, when he was questioned about the character's return in the franchise, where Pascal continued to reveal that Din is set to meet the core characters from Season 2 again in the upcoming third season in an unexpected and surprising way for the fans, to see that he cannot wait to share in the near future. So of course, the core characters we're talking about: Boba Fett, Ahsoka Tano, Luke Skywalker, Bo-Katan, and Cara Dune. Behold, on top of all of this, that Favreau is already working on a brand new sinister villain for the third season of Mandalorian, given that Moff Gideon is now a diminished villain and states that there is always a bigger fish during the days of the remnants of the Empire, and that Favreau and Filoni have something very scary planned for the fans when it comes to this new mysterious villain coming our way for Season 3 of The Mandalorian. Now, let's stop right here for 1 second. Now, if Favreau really wanted to, if he really wanted to do something very interesting, he could actually take a lot of villains from Star Wars Legends and fill it in for The Mandalorian Season 3 and 4. Again, Favreau has a plan in place, and that plan is to take us throughout the ages of this mysterious era that takes place after Episode 6 and before Episode 7. And that's a 30-year plus time gap. There's a lot of stories to tell, and that's exactly why he is doing a nice time jump in between each and every season. That, to me, I think is smart, because we finally are able to see these characters grow between episodes, and it's going to be interesting to see exactly what the Luke and Din Djarin dynamic is going to be like in Mandalorian Season 3, and what it really means for Grogu as a character. Now, aside from that, this new villain, alright, Moff Gideon, I will say, was a very well done villain. He did an amazing job. You know, Favreau treating that Moff Gideon was essentially, you know, a guy with that Darth Vader-esque armor in the past couple of episodes. I mean, I gotta say, Moff Gideon was a very well done villain for what it's worth. But now they want to move on to something bigger, somebody more sinister, if you will. And it really does make one wonder exactly who this is going to be. Is it going to be a villain associated with the remnants of the Empire? Or is this going to be a villain that's more so associated with, like, let's say, for example, a crime lord or some kind of crime syndicate, or maybe something around the lines of that? You know, there's endless possibilities as to exactly what they could do. Now, if Favreau really wanted to, he could take Prince Xizor from the old expanded universe, from Shadows of the Empire. If he really wanted to, he could do something like that. That, to me, I think would be very much respectful to the canon lore from Legends. And it does connect because we actually have heard before in the past that Favreau was planning something with Prince Xizor from Star Wars Legends. So, with that being said, of course, everything related to Pedro Pascal, I think he has done a great job as Din Djarin. I think that he has a lot in store for the character and a lot of potential, and I really, am giving Pedro a lot of luck for future seasons of The Mandalorian because he deserves it. I think he has done a great job, and he's just gotten along with everybody, with Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and others out there. So, like I've said before in the past, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again. No.